All right. Did you see that Biden came out with a Inflation Reduction Act?
I did. I've I know that there's a lot in it that deals with the climate change and the green energy stuff, but I haven't sat down and read it.
Yeah, there is a lot of that. That's not what we're talking about today, but we
Okay.
should at some point. But it also comes with 87,000 new IRS workers.
Okay.
You haven't seen that?
Is this the IRS workers that in the job, I don't know if it's the job, not necessarily the title, but like the posting where they're talking about they have to, yes, yep, that's it. Yeah.
Yep. So the major duties: work a minimum of 50 hours per week, which may include irregular hours, blah, blah, blah. Maintain a level of fitness necessary to effectively respond to life-threatening situations on the job.
Interesting.
That's a fucking weird one.
Yeah.
Carry a firearm and be willing to use deadly force if necessary. And be willing to, and able to participate in arrests, execution of search warrants, and other dangerous assignments.
Wow. So where are they, like, is this for, yeah, I'm so confused here. So I
So it's
can't
kind of
think
like,
of,
have you heard that like the Department of Education has SWAT teams?
no, I have not heard that.
There's
Really?
shit like, yeah, there's shit like that. So
Okay.
basically they're just, I don't even know what they use them for or why, like, why would you have them? And why
Dude, that,
would IRS agents have to maintain a level of fitness necessary to respond to life-threatening situations and be willing to use deadly force? And here's this. The IRS annual report shows training of heavily armed agents raiding suburban homes.
hmm.
I don't know who this guy is, but he says, do not be deceived. This is about the Second Amendment. They will try to confiscate your firearms and strip you of your citizen rights in any way, in every way possible. I mean, I don't think the IRS is about getting rid of the Second Amendment, even though I think that that's what they want to do. I don't think that's their function. I think it's to screw us over even more than they already do. And like, if you just think about it, adding 87,000 new government employees takes them out of the market, because I'm sure I wouldn't think most of them are just leaving a government job to go take this government job. So I would assume that most of them are people who are working in the regular economy to begin with, and it's sucking them out of our economy to be put into the government's workforce, which we pay.
Yeah.
One way or another, we pay. And I saw somewhere that they get paid about an average of $50,000 a year.
Okay.
So let's do the math really quick. I'm not going to try to do that one in my head, but that's not right. Hold on. Okay. 4,350,000,000
for this new job description and these agents.
Yep. So now that's going to be taken out of the people's pocket to be put into their pocket, and it's going to be used against us.
Well, and that's just to pay them too. Like, think of how much like their equipment and their training and all that goes along with it, not just paying their salary. Like, it's gonna, like, I bet that's a lot more than just their salary that they're gonna have to get an equipment, training, maintenance of. Like, it's crazy.
Especially because the government runs it, so they can charge whatever they want to for the training and shit that they get.
Yep.
Like, if I run it and you are like, oh, hey, I can teach this class to them, and be like, okay, well, we'll charge, $5,000 per student for your half an hour class.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't matter because I wouldn't have to come up with that money. It wouldn't be me. It'd just be me hooking you up. But that's a completely different subject. Let's see here.
Can I ask a question quick? Like, I have a question about this, and I have no idea the answer. I don't know if you know the answer. When was the last time the IRS was involved in any kind of confrontation or life-threatening situation where they were deployed? And I'm not talking about like, you know, a backup situation, like they were spearheading something. Like,
Right. Right. I would assume never. But so take this into consideration. The economy's going to shit, and it has been for a long time. You know, everybody likes to blame Biden, but it was before that too. There's been issues for a very, very long time. And
Yeah.
Biden has been in the government for a very, very long time. So he's plenty to blame. I'm not saying he's not. But the economy's going to shit. The government, like, I don't understand how they're still paying for shit. And I don't understand how the dollar hasn't entirely collapsed yet. But now they're arming their wing who makes sure that we pay them money.
Yeah.
So it's going to keep going downhill. The money's going to keep getting worse. And now they're arming the people who make sure that we are paying our fair share, whatever the hell you want to call it. But that's just kind of a thought there. I don't know.
I just wonder what prompted this, the hiring of these people. Like, what are they seeing? Like, what do they think that they need them for? And there has to be something in there that's, you know, and I'm not saying like something that's legitimate. They might just be like, oh, and you know, we need them, and they're just kind of making it up. I don't know.
Mhm.
But I wonder what they would try to reason that.
Well, yeah, I don't remember what the numbers were, but the vast majority of people who the IRS go after are not wealthy people whatsoever. You know, probably a lot of business owners. I've had random people come up and talk to me. Well, like when I was working or stuff, and they were just like on the verge of crying, like in the store looking for home improvement shit. This happened a long time ago, but he was just almost crying because the IRS was going after his business and destroying his entire life. And he's just some normal dude, you know.
Gotcha.
Not to get crazy. And hopefully after what's happened the last few years, people won't think that this is me being crazy, because I think it's a legit thought. But you know, during COVID, all the major businesses got to stay open. All the giant corporations got to stay open, and they did their best to destroy every single business owner, small business owner, as they possibly can. And on top of that, years and years and years before that, like 90% of businesses fail within the first year. And then 90% of the businesses that don't fail the first year fail in the first 10 years. And that has a lot to do with the regulation and the taxes and everything that the government tries to force them to do and fuck them over in every way possible. So it's been making small businesses life hard forever. But then especially after COVID, you know, because they didn't care if your life got ruined. In fact, I think that that's what they wanted. Because all the big giant corporations kept profiting, and all the little guys just got shit on constantly. So now they're adding all these extra IRS agents. Are they going to just be going after? Well, obviously they're going to keep going after who they've been going after, just in more of a force. And I think it's because some of these people want to own everything. I think they want to own the world, and the way they can't do that if people are opening up businesses and competing in the market. So they're killing them off as much as they possibly can. And like when you see shit like this and just know a little bit about what I just said, like how much the government goes after people who try to run their own business, it makes people afraid to even try.
I don't know that I would like to run my own business for probably a lot of those reasons. Like, it just seems like there's just so much hassle and hoops, like you said, regulations, taxes, and I wouldn't even know where to start. I would probably like to try to, if I did, I would keep it as simple as possible.
Right.
And there's people that they're built for dealing with that kind of stuff and that kind of chaos, and they're comfortable with it, and that's their goal. It's like their dream, you know. But I don't think that I'm cut for that.
Yeah, and
that headache.
even if that's not the intention here to do that, that's what it will do.
Yeah.
Regardless if
Yeah.
that's what they're trying to do or not, that's what it's going to do.
Yep.
So I don't know. If your family members are applying for these jobs, just ridicule them and make them feel bad, hurt their feelings. Is seriously like they're just fucking everybody over. So, but it's crazy, man. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Yeah.
And how's that gonna help inflation? They're not going to be able to tax us that much more to be able to pay for all this. So just from this little piece of that act, essentially it's going to have to create more inflation to be able to pay for them. And now they're not even going to get the tax dollars from these 87,000 people that were working in the market, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a really interesting story. I need to look more into it, and I'm going to, because I've seen it pop up here and there throughout the week. Just have not really sat down and read exactly what the deal was. I know it made me kind of turn my head like, what, you know, like, what is this all about? But I'm with you. I don't think it should be something that we should be paying for, especially as a part of this freaking Inflation Reduction Act, like, or whatever, whatever's in it. I love how they name those, by the way. So when people are against it, they will just kind of go high level and say like, oh, like, how can you be against the Inflation Reduction Act? You're against like reducing inflation? Wow. Like, and people eat that up, and they actually believe that's why they're against it. It's not.
Yeah. And that's the language that they use is very intentional. Like with guns, I just had it in my head. Now I'm like common sense gun control, or like gun safety, common sense gun safety and stuff like that. It's like, no, you're just taking away my rights.
Well, and they do that purposefully as well, I think, for polling. Like, if they call up people and or ask someone, hey, are you for common sense gun control? And like a normal regular person might just be like, yeah, you know, like, if like common sense, like, I guess. And they might not really even understand.
Like, oh, are you for the Gun Safety Act? They'd be like, of course I'm for gun safety.
Yeah. Yep.
But then you look at it and it's like, you're not allowed to own a Glock 19 anymore.
Yeah, it's like, okay, like, how does that?
5-round magazines. That's all you can have.
Yeah, those are the safe guns. No one gets killed with those. No one gets killed with guns with 5-round magazines. Yeah.
Well, I think I said what I wanted to about the IRS. Maybe not. I mean, I have more to say about them, but.
Well, I have homework to do now. I need to read up on that more.
Maybe we can come back to it with more information.
Yep. Good topic.
Hey, don't let me forget, on Tuesday I can wear pants.